Oh wait, there's no lights up yet. Welcome back. Anybody who's interested in my channel I got going. Anyway, today we're doing some outlet. We're gonna start on the electrical. We're gonna put up, all we're gonna do today is put up boxes, outlet boxes and whatnot for the whole house, and the light fixture boxes. We started that. I already have everywhere marked out for my switches in my boxes for the most part. With an X which side is gonna go. Like all my switches are marked out. We use the blue nail up boxes that you nail to the side of the stud, and they're top of the boxes, 48 inches from the floor on switches. Outlet boxes are 16 inches from the top of the box, 16 inches from the floor is what we got those marked out. I got it about 2 to the wall. I think the code, which around this here, you don't have inspection like code stuff, but anyway, we still try to do everything to the code. I think it says boxes outlets should be no farther than like 6 foot on each wall apart, 6 foot apart on each wall. So we usually do 2 to a wall on just like a standard room. I think this one's like 14 by 13. Anyway, just a standard room. We usually do 2 to a wall, you know, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then whatever. Obviously like that, you know, the whole wall, it's got a door in the middle, so only one on each side. But I already got the layout of the house where everything's furniture and all pretty much is gonna be, which I'm not sure if I put that up on a different video. I think I did. So I already know like my bed's going here. So nightstand on each side or whatever, you know, need for your phone charger or whatever. So there's the box there instead of, you know, over here. Anyway, same thing over here. Got the plug right there. TV will go up here, so I may put another one here. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, that's just a quick, I'm not gonna do that for the whole house. That would bore you to death. You're probably already about to click off this video. But that's just kind of a rundown of how we're gonna do it. And I'll get to cut to where we're nailing boxes up.
Most people don't do this. Most people just drill a hole down there and then put connectors in the little holes and shit.
You run the wire straight through? Yeah, like a Romex connector you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather add a pipe down through there.
Me too. Get some buckets.
Come apart. Got that Walmart special. Let's see. This thing gotta be 22.5 inches for closet light fixture. Let's see, 22.5. Vanity's here, one 48-inch vanity right here. Well, by the time you take an inch off for
Not nothing gonna be on this wall.
no van 53.
Might be a little farther than that off the wall, but you got a joist right there. Need to go ahead and get you if you're gonna put fart fans in here.
Fart fans
Plug in that, yeah.
with a 48 inches.
48-inch top, and you.
How tall is a vanity? Normally like 30 inches? Or
Somewhere around there, but I always put my
36.
box at 84. I put them standard 84 in that way. You know, you adjust your mirror a little up and down or
Yeah.
whatever. And you get them little bar lights that's got purple bulbs in them about yay long, and you can shift them a little bit.
48. So your light and fan, and
Right,
then
man.
this side, right?
Yep.
For you. Where's that at? One more for where?
Now you got a switch for that light, and you got plug-in pin, plug-in curtain line.
And
all
switch
that
and fan
stuff
up there.
like that. Switch over in, put a light and a fan up here.
Well, that's it from here, ain't it? All the plugs and light.
Light switch.
Oh, I forgot in here. I gotta put one more. I gotta do light switch, but I got one more in there too for in the closet. Too late now. So 64.
Wouldn't hurt to be a little higher than that,
Or I can put the bottom of the box 64 then. That way it'd be an inch or two higher. Because the little electric fireplace is like this tall, and then I got that much room between the, or you know, TV and then whatever. Alright, there's TV. Well, that's it. Light for that. Washer dryer, light for this closet. That's it, ain't it? We gotta do the bathroom in there. Alright.
under the roof over there. And then I put the one right here, put the ones about the door, and
Fan, and then the,
fan and the lights over there.
okay, so a triple there. And then we do a switch right there, kind of for just for over the table.
Light above your table,
Yeah, do a switch. We can do it right here, I guess.
wherever the table's going.
It's gonna sit right here. And then got one from down here. Alright. Stove, microwave, refrigerator here, yeah. Alright. Refrigerator, microwave, stove, even though it's gas, just in case.
Well, what's gonna be between the stove and the refrigerator?
Counter. Stove, you're gonna have a little bit of just, you know, cabinet here and then, or, you know, here, whatever, and then refrigerator. Be like a 2-foot piece of You want to use your pliers to get it in there. So
I'm putting one here, one there.
why you need one here? Okay, on the inside. We'll do one on the inside and one outside of that.
Alright, so you plug whatever and then you put one
Coffee maker or whatever.
Yeah. Coffee maker, you know. Toast rub and whatever, you know.
And then
Okay, one right there.
now, okay, so sink. Usually sinks is what?
That
24
sink,
inches?
I don't know, depending on if you're doing a double sink or.
Doing a duck. Well, no, I was gonna do like a farmhouse style. One of them, or maybe one of them tubs. I ain't decided yet on the big tubs or like an actual farmhouse
They
sink.
usually cover the distance of the window. Everybody.
But this is a 24 inch, it's a 48 inch window.
Right.
You ain't gonna have a 4 foot wide sink though. It may be 36 at most. Well, it probably ain't gonna be that. Well, yeah, maybe 36, 32, 36 inch. Anyway, we're not gonna put nothing in the window then.
I was putting that plug in right there, and I put the one right here for your switch for your
Sink light.
sink light.
Yeah, from this side, from the end of the sink, wherever that is, all the way down to probably right, somewhere right there.
Put two plugs over here. You know, one
Well, we had one, yeah, one there.
there, and
We already got it marked out, those. And then switch.
then switch it right here.
Okay. Now we said plug there, okay. Yeah. Double for floodlights and porch lights. Then over here, kitchen, fan, and then these lights. So a triple there. Or so that light, triple for those, double for those. All right, triple here. All right. That rain? A little bit of rain in it. We're starting in the laundry room and the wires. He's gonna poke it down through there and I'm gonna run it over and he's gonna stick this down there to see what hole to find. And I'll poke it back up through the hole to the whatever box. Like I said, he's poking it down the hole from the box, which is power box. It's the closest one. And he sticks a scrap piece of wire through the hole I gotta go to the plug, run it up to the plug for the washer or the dryer. Yeah, the washer. And then that'll be that because they're on their own circuit. And he'll do the same thing for the dryer. Then we'll be hopping from plug to plug after that. So a washer just uses a little bit regular power, so it uses a 10 tube, but then you gotta run a bigger 12 tube to your dryer over there. It pulls a lot of power. Huh?
That's got a black and white in the ground in it, and the other roll got
fart fan uses 3 wire. This uses.
Well,
that
fart
other one's
fan,
4.
you put the fan on one switch and the light on one switch. That way you ain't gotta hear the fan running with the
I
light.
know, but that wire is 4 wires technically.
Counting the bare ground.
Oh, and this was 3. Okay. Bless. Bless. Was that a little light in there? What is it? I don't know. Too much. So far, what we got done is half the house basically. I was the crawl man under there crawling around, as you seen, and Dad was the upstairs man. When I was under there, I said 10-2 and 12-2, but I meant 10-2, 12-2 wire anyway. So obviously the dryer takes that size wire. It's on its own circuit. Washer, same thing, straight to the box. Then we went, did the switches, light switch in here, and the switch over here, because that's gonna be a closet, and this is gonna be for up here. We went around, we took all these back down because we decided to do basically can lights in the whole house. We were already gonna use can lights in here in the kitchen and living room. But we decided basically just to do can lights all over because we got it where if you buy a bulk order, you're like $8 or $10 a piece. So we're just gonna go with can lights everywhere. So we took those down. Well, for the ceiling lights, obviously the vanity, we still got those up. For the vanity lights, where you have your bar up there. After we did this here laundry room, ran that. Only thing we didn't do, we forgot, we gotta go back. We gotta run the switch lights up here. Or that's gonna be for this one, and that's gonna be for the closet. We gotta do those, we didn't do those. But then we jumped to this room. We did this bedroom and the closet together. I don't remember which one of these we started at. It's either that one or this one. Anyway, we come down, jump to that. Then we had to jump over because right here, this whole back wall, we had to go through the top because the rim joist sits on top of the block, but the way it laid out, you know, every 16-inch center, there's another one right here on this side of the block and you can't get up under there to get through the floor. So we had to jump to that one and go over the top to jump to these, and then we're back under the bottom into the ones on that wall. Switch, come up with power to there, to switch, run over here. We're gonna have 4 can light, can light, can light, can light. And the way Dad drew it. So here, the reason we got space like that, if you can see it, Dad just drew out a little diagram. We got it 3 foot off the wall, each wall. So that's say 0, 3, 6, 9, and then 12. It's 12 foot wide. So 3 foot off the wall, 3 foot off the wall, and there's 6 feet in between because the way that the light shines this way, that's how we spaced it out, if that makes sense. So that's why they're not exactly evenly spaced between the outside wall and each other. So they're 3 foot off that wall, so in the same way, because it's about 3 foot square. Then the closet, we jumped it on the same. We just went, pretty sure from that one over to that plug and then that switch. I don't know, we may figure it out. We may decide to just bump with 2 can lights in these bigger closets. Small room, same way. We did exactly the same way. Went to the first one and then jumped to all of them. And then we also run power to the switch. Then we got to run from the light to the top. The only thing we haven't done in this whole half the house, because we ran out of time just for the day, was the switches, light switches for the laundry room and then the light switch wires in here. Because we did get the one for this closet. It's definitely only going, as small as it is, it's only going to have one light. So that's the same way. Bathroom, you know, same way. Same thing with that. Only difference, like for this switch, we had to go through and up around here to that light. For that switch, that's just to count those counter plugs. So we got one there. We're gonna put one light, can light, over in the shower. The fan here has a light itself. You can get them, or it's just the fan or the one with the light. We got the light. So, and then that would be, you know, a vanity light. It'll have plenty of lighting in here in the bathroom. Y'all seen the fan being installed. This hallway itself was with the bathroom because there's only a plug and a switch, so it's with the bathroom. The laundry room or the washer dryer by itself. Those lights in the laundry room by itself. The closet in this bedroom on one circuit. This bedroom and closet on one. This bathroom and the hallway, since there's only a switch and a plug on one. And that's all we got. And we also did the porch, which y'all saw that. So we did the outside, the porch plugs and lights all on one. We started down there and jumped to each one, to the switch, plug, whatever, and then run, switch to that light, and then jump to that one over to the door lights for that one. And then, so this switch will go to one of them, will go to the kitchen lights, and one of them to the living room lights, so we haven't got that ran yet. But then this one's ran. This is a switch. That's flood. It's already there, floodlights. This, we did the floodlights for the vinyl. But we did those switches, go out here and run for the lights we're gonna have up top. We just got 6 lights, one basically in the center in between each, or gonna have them in between each post there, and none in the center of the steps because we got these side lights here by the door. But anyway, this run over, we got them looped in. That way, all you gotta do is snip them and attach them to the can lights, because we're doing can lights out here too. So that's an update on the first day of wiring. Second day, it should only take us 2 days to get all the roof wiring done. Because then we'll start over here. We'll do bedroom and closet on one, bathroom on another, and then the back porch same as the front, but there's no lights obviously because it's not covered, on one. And then we'll have living room and kitchen. and I'll go over that later because he only does 2 counter plugs per breaker because some of the appliances pull a lot of power, but I won't go over that yet. We'll wait and I'll just show you what we did afterwards. So that's an update for the wiring. So what we're doing now, we're gonna do this bedroom, master bedroom with the closet, and then that bathroom, and then probably the porch, if we can get to that today. Last will be living room, kitchen, all that will be on a whole separate deal another day, because we're only got like 3 or 4 hours at a time to work on it. Back on the wiring today. We only had 3 hours the other day, and we had forgot, so we just jumped from this run of wire to here for this laundry room. Same thing from that one to the closet up there, and then we had forgot to do these two. So this room is small enough. Really, it needs 3 lights, but we only wired for 2. We come from the switch to this one, and then jump to that one to this one over here. So we're gonna try and see. 2 should be good. If we need it more, we could always come back and put a small, like a 4-inch light here, and then one here, and just have kind of like a diamond shape. But we'll see if 2 will do it. 1 for the closet, 1 for the other closet. So, and then we did 1 for this hall, which was already, y'all saw that already. So then we jumped on this other end of the house the other day, and we did this bedroom, bathroom, and closet. We went from the power box to here, and jumped from there to there, there to there, there to there, to that one, to that one, to this one, and this plug right here, and then to the switch right here. And then so we run our switch wires. We got 4 lights in the big rooms, 1 here, and then jump to there and there and there. That's the end of it. What we just did, and then after that, and I'll mention this other plug in just a second. So the bathroom, we come in, we run a wire from the box over there. Come from the box to this plug, went from that plug up to the light, from the light over to this plug, from that plug down to this switch, down to that switch, over to the closet light switch, and over to the closet light plug. Got 1 plug, that's the only plug in any closet because I got a special purpose for that. But that's how we ran all them all in one. And the door to the closet's in the bathroom, so instead of doing it on the bedroom, we just did it to the bathroom circuit. Then we did 2 lights. This closet, we did 2 lights, even though really it only needed 1 light, we did 2 to light it up nice and bright. I wanted our closet really bright. So that's what we did here the other day in the 3 hours we were here. Now today we started just a couple hours ago. And we put you saw we put the fan box up, and we did run, I forgot, we did use the other wire, use the 3-wire white wire to run up to it, to get the light on and the fan on, and then of course the vent out, y'all saw that. Today we've been working in here in the kitchen, and about to do some more in the living room. Just took a break to show some of this. So we came to the plugs first, from the box to this plug, because then kitchen appliances like toasters and whatnot run a lot of power. So Dad only puts two per circuit. So we did them 2 plugs, runs from the box to that one, and then jump to that one. That's 1, and then 1 wire to the dishwasher. These 2 that's a switch, but that's a plug, and that plug. So them 2 together. So I jumped through like that, and then these 3 are on one because he didn't want to do just 1 by itself, so they just put those 3 on there. Over here, we started right here for the living room, even though these plugs technically kind of in the kitchen dining area, but we just put them all in the living room because it's the same amount of plugs as a bedroom. So we run from the box to that one, jump to this one, that one, jumped across the house over here to by the window where the desk will be, like computer desk, and then jump to that one, and then that one, and then that was it. We're gonna have to do, so let me mention this. This plug right here, you know, we ran this room, but this was sitting right here in the way. We didn't pay attention to it. That plug is for like a TV mounted up on the wall. So we jumped from that plug up to here. Only thing is we prefer, Dad always says the less splices, the better. That's just how he likes to do it. So he would have jumped to that plug, up to this plug, and then come back over here to the switch. But instead, we went to that plug and to the switch, and then we come back and saw we didn't do that. So he's just jumping from that plug to there, and I have to use a wire nut to splice one of those. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that technically. It's just because, I mean, even the plug is just screws that you screw the wire down to. So that ain't gonna hurt nothing. It's just how we end up doing that one. And then this one's gonna end up being the same way, probably because of the way we gotta do it. We already got it ran, and we gotta frame out a spot. We gotta get the firebox for the gas fireplace, and we gotta frame out of the place for the box and then do a hearth and all that stuff when we do the insert. And we're gonna put a plug on the wall for like TV there above the mantle. So we're probably gonna have to jump to one of them too. Although we may end up doing, instead of jumping from there, come out of the top of the box, do that plug, and then one here, because I'm gonna have one in the floor, which will be it'll be last. So get all my flooring down. I'm gonna put one in the floor between the couch and a chair where a table is in between. Make it throw a picture up here for reference, so that I can plug, you know, a charger, a lamp, whatever up there. So then I may just put that one and this one on one and run it to the top of the box without having to come off one of these plugs. So technically that one's the only one that would be spliced, which, I mean, you know, it is what it is. So that's it for here. The only thing we got left, we got the stove. We just had to get the bigger wire for the stove. Then we had to get the 3-wire like this, but that's an extra wire to go jump because we're going from switch, and that switch tied to the same lights. So we got to set out our lights up here to be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Same way in the kitchen, 4, 4, but we'll have one. Oh, we already had the one for the sink, but we got to put one for over where the table's going to go here too. And so we got to get the wire for that. We're about to start on that. So y'all see that here shortly. We got some more stuff around in here. We had to clean. As you can see, it's a little cleaner in here. Spray foam guys are coming in a couple of days, so we had to get everything done that's on the outside walls where the foam's going to be. We went around, swept, you know, decently, and we took a shop vac over here and went around all the walls on the edge of the floor and in between the studs, so the spray foam guys can come in and do all that. So first off on the wire, after we got everything cleaned up, we did the smoke alarms. We started in this bedroom, and usually just puts one about 2 foot from the doorway. So we put one 2 foot out from the doorway there, from the power box to the doorway. And then from that one over, you know, about 2 foot in front of this door in the bedroom. Then we jump from there, run across, ran to this one. Of course, you don't want it too close to the kitchen because the heat from the stove will set it off. So we just put one kind of in the center. That's dead center between the kitchen and living room. We just put it right there. And then in here, 2 foot from that door in this bedroom. I only put them in the bedrooms because it's mainly when you sleep, you know, if something's on fire, it'll wake you up. If you're awake, you're pretty much gonna see, smell, hear, whatever. And if not, like I said, one in each room will pretty much set it off. That's it for the smoke alarms, and they're all tied to the same circuit, so if one goes off, all of them go off. Let you know if one's on the other end of the house or not. After that, we started running, the only thing we had left was lights in here. We ran, like in the bathrooms, you got the 4-wire, the white 4-wire goes to the fan and the light on the fan at the same time. So in here, and then we have the 3-wire that just goes to the regular lights with switches. But in here we ran 4-wire for the kitchen and the living room lights up across to that switch so you can turn them on from either side. We ran 2 of those. Then we jumped and we ran just the regular 3-wire from the switch up to this side, does the living room. So we ran up to there, jumped from there to there, to there, to there. And then we jumped over to that one and ran from that one to that one, to that one, to that one. That's the end of that circuit there. So there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, lights over there. So then we ran up, went up to that one for the kitchen side, come out of the box, ran to the kitchen there, 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 and there, and then jumped over and did that one, that one, that one, and that one. That's the end of that circuit also. And we already had power ran from the box to the switches for them, so we could just jump up from there. We put one light here for where the table's gonna go, the center of it this way, right there. Put one light. We already had, I think, the one over the sink that runs that switch. One thing we forgot, we're running, that's gonna be for just in case we want an electric stove, it's like 240 or 220, whatever. We still gotta run that. Like I said, we had to get the outside done, so spray foam can come here, so that, I'll go to that in a second. We forgot we needed one for a gas stove. We still needed a plug, just to plug in to run like the clock and the timer and all for it. So we just jumped off the microwave. I'm pretty sure Dad said the each plug is rated for like 15 amps. The microwave usually runs like 10. A stove will run 1, maybe 2. So even then, that's only 12. So you're still good. So no more power than what just the timer and the clock, whatever run on even on the gas stove. So we just jumped off of that down to here for power for that real quick. So we didn't forget that. The only wiring we have a wire to run, this bigger wire to run to the stove, electric stove, to the power box. We're gonna put some lights up here, even though you're not ever gonna be up there, but if you need to get up there to check out some wiring or whatever, we got a frame out here. That'll be later for the, to crawl up in there. So we'll put a box there and do some lights. And we'll put a switch there and do some lights for the attic. I'll get to that. And we're gonna put lights under the house in the crawl space, so when you get up in there, you can see. That'll be later. So the next part of this video, you'll see, pretty sure I covered everything. Yeah, we covered everything. Because all we did today was the smoke alarms and then these lights in here. Oh, I don't know if I covered the desk. So if you got all the lights off, or you just got a lamp on or something, you want a low light situation and you're gonna do something at my computer desk, will be here. We have a switch there, so we just run one there to go straight over the desk. Just one little like 4-inch one there. Kind of like where the sink, probably just be a little 4-inch for that. Instead of having to turn all these lights on just to run that. You know, just in case we need it. We'd like to have a few more just in case, instead of having to go back and add them later. The fireplace, when we frame out for it, I mentioned before, we got to put a plug for TV. So these lights will be about 1 foot. The fireplace probably about 2 foot, or 2 foot to 26 inches, something like that. So these will be about 1 foot out from the fireplace. Only thing I'm worried about with that is when the TV's gonna be mounted there, if you're sitting down, which you get a mount that you can angle the TV down a little bit. I don't want the glare off of those lights there. So I would honestly rather have, and we may go back and just run from that switch, jump over, that light, jump over to this one, and just have these two by itself on a switch mounted over here somewhere, and then just jump them over in the top of the power box, or run power out of the top of the power box to them, and then have a switch that runs in right here somewhere, because again, I'm not gonna want that on. Which if you're just sitting here chilling watching TV, probably not gonna have these lights on anyway. Probably gonna have just the kitchen lights on, so you're not worried about it being real bright in here. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I just thought about that. We do just those two by itself, so you can cut all the other lights on except for those two. I don't know, cause that's kind of like mantle. Like you see people have lights over their mantle, over their fireplace, to shine on the stuff for the mantle. That's kind of like what that'll be. So like I said, we may do that. But that's it for the wiring for now. I'll cut next part of the video, you'll see all the spray foam already in, and you'll see us running or getting the crawl space and the attic ones ran. And then the only other ones will be the plug, putting switches and stuff in, and light fixtures and all. Oh, I forgot, we got these light fixtures and switches will be after the walls and stuff are on. So, and that'll be the very end of the video. But anyway, yeah, we mounted these lights here, and we got two in the back too. They don't look as like rustic, like vintage style like I would like, but they ain't bad. You can't beat them for the price. They're Hampton Bay, and I got 2 boxes, which is 2 lights, so 4 lights total, $15 a piece. So I got 4 lights for 30 bucks from this place. They do auctions. They get these like trailer loads of stuff, and they auction it or sell it in this like warehouse, like wholesale price. So they ain't bad. They don't look bad, and they're kind of the yellow light. If you look on the back, it tells you the light they are. So that's all right. We'll have lights, can lights, like what's in the house out here anyway, and you can do the white light or the yellow light. So we can adjust all that. Also, Dad come up here one day. I was at work, so he come up here by himself, so I don't have any video of that. And got the outside power service mounted up. We needed it high enough, from the pole, so that you could, get it, like if we need more gravel or something loaded in here, they can get under the power line. Now right out here, our car shed's gonna be. So where it goes across, it'll be at the front of the car shed, so it should be good. It won't hit. But we didn't run through the roof. Two things I hate doing is putting holes in the roof and holes in the siding. Obviously you had to mount your box. So anyway, what he did is put one of the porcelain, I had a brain fart, I can't remember what they're called, but that's, the porcelain piece that the power ties to. And then it just comes from here on the service up to that. And that was a little cheaper doing it that. One, it keeps it higher without not putting holes through your roof. But from the box up to there to the weatherhead, you just run the electrical conduit, the PVC type conduit, instead of the galvanized metal conduit. So it's cheaper, and just got your conduit straps, holding it down. So it ended up being cheaper to run that. Of course, the meter going here, meter going there, and you break your main breaker and stuff going there, which I'll see that later on in the rest of the video too. Just thought I'd show y'all that. So as you can see, the spray foaming is done. You saw the clips of the truck set up, the guy spraying up here, and they had that, they have a little like Sawzall thing. It's got a really long blade on it, about a 3 or 4 foot long blade, and they run, and wherever it sticks out too far, which is most of the walls, they go and it skims down the studs and trims it even like that, and it looks good. You got some places, like right here, that didn't come out to the stud, so it didn't need to be trimmed, and that's what it looks like, before they cut it. Obviously, like all that up there, obviously they didn't trim none of that. Ain't no reason to. Or like this section here, it's a little bit thin, so it was like that all the way. Because it kind of, once you cut it, it's got that, it's foam, so it's got that softer texture. This kind of has like an outside, I don't know, it's like you could rub that without knocking stuff off of it. But anyway, So it looks good. Dang, UPS man getting it. Anyway, so we went around while they were spray foam. They already had all the outside walls. He was up there spraying the roof. And we went around, took a black marker and just marked, because we noticed when some of the wiring, whenever they sprayed the foam, somehow I guess it got behind the wires. And you know, if you ever seen it, it sprays on thin and then it swells. And I guess it got behind it, and when it swelled out, it pushed some of the wires out instead of just going on top of it and just kind of keep pushing it back in where it was already at. So we went around, and any exposed wires we seen, really, we just took a black marker and drew down it to kind of keep from them hitting it. Now, there's a few places they hit, like right here. Well, most of the places we didn't think they hit the wire itself, except for we do know a place. Dad just looked over it quickly the other day, or yesterday when they got done. There's places like that, skint the outside of the wire, but it still has the, you know, you can see, still has the insulation over the wire. So that's fine, no problem. Still insulated. But I did just notice this one right here, and that was the only thing I was worried about when they did that. And I couldn't even see this. Like some of these, you can see I marked all the way around, and they kind of was careful getting around that. They didn't cut any of it. And even that one I marked. See, this one I had marked, it was sticking out. This one, it was also, but they barely skin it, so they're kind of careful. There's some like this one that was not exposed to start with. I'm guessing it was just under the surface where you couldn't see it. So then when they went down through there, they actually cut the insulation off the outside and the insulation over that wire. Dad said if they cut any of them in half, he was gonna have them pay him to come back and rerun the wires and then finish spray foaming the places he had to pull it out at too. But hopefully we don't have any of that. Another thing they did, they went around on all the holes and just spread a little foam on all the holes, which is good too. Helps keep the bugs out and insulate through the floor too. I'll get off here, quit rambling on, skip to the next part. We're about to run the wires from the outside power service to the inside breaker box here. That way next week sometime we can get the wires. It's on the temporary power pole that you see there. We can get the wires hooked to the power service out here and just run power from in here. You can switch up. If you're trying to build your house on a budget, I recommend your inside box be as close to the outside box as possible, or mount where your outside box close to the inside. You got your inside box as possible, because this here wire is about $6 a foot, and we just got 25 foot of it. So you do the math, you know, it ain't cheap at all. So if you end up putting your outside service on the opposite end of the house or wherever your box is gonna be, you're gonna spend some money. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna come over and cut one right there.
And go in.
And go in right there in the hollow spot.
About time for a new can of glue, ain't it?
Yeah.
that's the grandma, okay. So these are two hots.
Yep.
Come in.
Too hot going to the inside.
And neutral.
Neutral.
And ground over there, okay. And obviously that's bare ground in it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting that the red one, the neutral on that one?
Yep, white.
White's neutral. Okay. Well. I was about to say, it looks like it's so cheap.
They got one little plastic thing holding that shit on.
Piece of plastic stud is all it is. What it look like? Something like, yeah, like that. Till we get ready to put the wires and breakers in. In the middle.
Hot though, it was cool earlier. It's hot out here.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, over in between the lid and the damn thing, Rich, and then put them blocks of wood up in there, an inch and a half up in there, so it pulls the vinyl up.
That ain't got wood right above it?
A little bit closer.
Yeah. And you think they put like 3 screws in them fixtures instead of 2. They'd be more sturdy with 3, even with that vinyl like that. You only put 2 screws, it's a little not as sturdy. Yeah, right there work. I'm on the wire. Straight through there. Yeah, these suckers, I say, about wore out.
Alright, that ain't no hot wire.
Yeah, too. That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute.
Well, some of these cold people just, these are the ones that have a crook one.
Yeah, that's the regular out.
Like on the inside.
Concord don't got a preacher no more. I already knew that they were gonna stay.
Jason leaving.
Yeah, that left. Yeah.
Oh, we done left? For whatever reason, I keep getting mixed up with which one it is. So Mike McGrady used to be there, didn't he? Yeah, I remember that. I remember saying that. Barry on the banjo?
Barry on banjo or mandolin, whichever one he's playing this time.
Straight. All these low hanging wires you see hanging down, and come back and staple. Use these Romex. Well, these are different brand, but anyway, staples right here, that's what size they are. Just go about every 2 or 3 joists and staple them up where they're hanging down. And like right here, how this one is, just gonna put one just in the middle to hold it right there and be fine. So let me get all these stapled up.
Prep them all, get ready. See what it does with that hole.
Yeah.
Hold it up right.
You ought to just trace one of them papers out on a piece of cardboard and stick it in there. Yeah. Yeah, I say them all pretty darn thin, ain't they? I think it is about a ½ inch, is
Not
that?
no more. than that.
say that one side ain't poked in there very good.
There you go.
Yep. Well, they blinking. You keep moving them. They all on. So as you can see, we got the tent up on the porch, or we got the lights up. We had to get the tent up here first. There's no video on that. There will be on some on the inside, but we got these lights that you saw put in all the way down. We just centered them up between these columns, and we tested them out. Dad, tied all the wires together, pulled the one wire out of the box in there, and ran the extension cord just to test them out, and they all worked. You saw that. And we had the internet. The guys from the telephone company come and run. The internet cable is a fiber optic cable, and they run beside the water line. They come from right over there between the fence and the water line. You can see here the water line runs. They come up through there, run it under, because the water line comes from right there, runs straight in here, and goes in kind of right there. So they just run basically in between that. Came up between the vent and that vent on the block. So that's ran.
All background go on
But
there.
does it matter which hole they go in?
Nope.
So it just goes wherever they go fit. And then your hot and your neutral goes in a certain spot on the breaker, or what?
All the neutrals go on these two bars, which is the white, and then all the blacks go on the breaker. Now,
And
like
there
the double
goes
pole
there.
breakers, you got two goes on them.
So which one is them? Two hots on your double poles?
Yep.
So single poles have one, double poles have two, red
Yep.
and black and white.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, or black and red. Just depends on if it's 2 wire or 3 wire.
Red.
3 wires, black and red. Although you don't have to have a neutral for a 240 volt step to work. Yeah, that goes to the air conditioning inside unit. That goes to the stove. That one goes to the outdoor unit.
So all your 240s, the bigger red and black with the white,
Yep.
and then your small 120 is just your black and white, and then bare grounds. They already over there. They bigger, or are they the same size?
All the same size.
So number one, that's smoke alarm. Folded up, 'cause that's an extra one in there. So it don't get used. Ain't no power, none of that on, none of that.
Number 2.
What'd you do, twist up? Yeah.
Yeah, so come on.
So what you writing there?
First one on the top.
That's all of them come out of the top then, ain't it? Except for where we gotta run the plug to the TV.
We run the TV and the motor light.
So 15 smoke alarm, 20 for the.
Pretty much everything.
No, but what was them 220s?
These?
Microwave and what?
That's microwave in the attic and crawl space light.
So then what's the 30 double pole?
Outdoor unit, air conditioning.
Oh, the AC unit. So now I have the power panel box done. Obviously before you saw all the wires pulling out here, and every time we run a wire to a room and the end of the circuit, we come out and as you see here, I got a mess to clean up. But for example, all right, so like here, back bedroom, which we have master bedroom, we have this other bedroom, and the back bedroom, which is over there. So anyway, wrote that on there. Then what he did was he numbered them. You know, my dad, like I said, he's an electrician, so he went through and he numbered all these. So what he did was clip off just a section of this and wrote a number on it and put on the hot wire and numbered it and numbered what it went to. So then obviously he ran, and he's got some videos of it. I'll throw them in right here.
Okay. About to put breakers in the breaker box. The way I do it is I take an old piece of sheathing off the wire, put numbers on it, and I cut them to put on the individual wires so I know where they go. Like the number 1, and then what I do is I skin the wire, put this on the skin out, put these numbers on all the wires, on the hot wires, and that way I can know what circuit goes to what, because I write them down on a corresponding piece of paper for the number. Like number 1 is going to be smoke alarms. So what I do, and I put the number 1 on the wire and twist it so it doesn't come off. And then that way I can hook all my grounds and neutrals and stuff up. And I'll start this again once I get ready to hook them up. All right, got all the bare grounds tied in where they go on the ground bar. And the next will be all the white neutrals and stuff.
So I was out of town when he was doing this, so he just, you know, videoed what he got together for me. So like I said, all the grounds in there, and then he come back, all the neutrals over here and right here. Obviously bare grounds go there, your neutrals go over here. And he wrote down, after he did all of those, when he went to doing the breakers and the hot wire, he took individual one here, like number 1 smoke alarms, put it, you know, where it went up there, and basically just transferred it over to here. Once he put the breaker on, he did that. So say it's top one, smoke alarm, this is 15 amp. The next one is microwave, so 20. Attic lights and basement lights, 20. Next was AC unit, the outdoor unit, 30 amp, all right? So double pole, 30 amp. Now the difference from that, it doesn't have the one hot wire that goes to it, hence why that's like that. Then you have the indoor unit. Now, so the indoor unit, some wires use bigger wires, obviously like this, and they're 3 wire, or I'm sorry, I guess technically 4 wire. You have the bare ground, then the neutral, and then you have the 2 here. So, you know, they go like that, black, red. Electric stove. So the dryer itself, also 30 double pole, notice those. So what I'm gonna do is on the panel, and I'll do a separate video for that, I'm gonna get a label maker, basically print out labels on the panel, door panel, just like this, so I know what's what. And I'll get to that and show y'all basically what, you know, what that looks like and how I got it set up. So we also got the box for the fan on the beam. This is 3/4 thick. The box is a 1/2 inch, so it fit in there, and we had a block laying on the inside of there to nail these together and hold them even. So we took a hole saw, drilled up through just this, and then screwed the box into the block right there that you can see, right? And drilled a hole through the middle for the wire. So there's that.
Yellow wire is the hot wire. White wire goes up to the lights. Two grounds tied together. Cut one of them off and then one of them goes on the switch. two white wires tied together, because the white wire to the neutral going to your light ties to the neutral going from the power wire. And I always just twist them on tight and get them on apart, that way they don't come off. And then the two black wires go on the switch.
Then power, one black's power from down here, and then
One
black
back power and one back
to the
power
light.
going up to the light. And I usually put the hot wire on the bottom of the switch and one going to the light on the top, but
side.
sometimes they don't, just depending on how many wires and all that. And fold them back up in the box. And make sure it don't hit the black wires.
Oh, you talking about hitting where it ties to the
Try to see the
switch?
screws
Yeah.
because it trips the breaker. If you do.
Yeah, two den.
There's the kitchen. That's the kitchen.
So you saw your can lights, you run hot to the switch instead of the light, right?
Yep, because we don't really have much room in the junction box to make up wires.
So den,
Then.
den, den. Because one of these goes to the other switch over there, right?
What these do, yeah.
Two of the white ones, and then the other
Them
two
two.
white ones go to the,
To the light.
okay, to the light.
And three-way switches doing this is because you have a common, which is on one three-way switch is the power wire. Common from the other three-way switch goes to the light. And then the other two on there are travelers. They just go between the two switches.
For
They
power.
for power,
Yeah.
because you flip it one down, it makes to one side. You flip it the other way, it makes to that side.
And then you bear ground
Bare ground just all twist together.
to each switch. Like just each individual switch, or?
Yeah, they all just twist together. And that's what I'm going
Well, I suppose one like that bear ground is not twisted to these, is what I'm asking.
No, but that's called, that's on a different power circuit.
Oh, okay. But the ones that's got the same power, they just twist together on the
Twist
same.
together and one goes on each switch.
Okay. So that one was the porch lights on a separate power.
Right.
Okay. The kitchen and den's on the same power
Kitchen light
and
den lights on
ran
the same
together from each side, three-way, or one over there,
power.
one over here.
One
Okay.
over there, one over here.
12 twos rated for 20 amps, you said.
Right. 14 is rated for 15 amps.
Two 14s. So these go to the lights, but what do these go to?
That's the power for the lights, but it also
Okay.
powers these couple plugs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You jumped off the plug power for the power part of the lights, and then these individual wires
Go
go
to the
up to
light.
the light for
Right.
power. Okay. Because they take less
And
power.
then the 12 runs on to something else in here.
That runs power. Okay.
The red and the black, that's going to be power. That goes on the common on the three-way switch. These two are travelers. That's the ones that switch back and forth between the
Okay.
two switches.
Okay. Just
And-
to give power between this one and that one when you flip over there and turn off
Right.
here. Okay.
And they all your three-way switches have to be wired exactly the same.
Yeah.
Black always goes on the common.
Yeah.
And then the red on the same side and the white about separate the way I do them. But everybody does them different.
So it's 14.
Yeah, just tying to the power wire, putting a couple so we can jump to each switch with them.
And so the grounds are twisted
Grounds
together,
are
one to
already
each
twisted,
switch.
Right.
Alright.
And all your neutrals have to go together. So your power wire neutrals and the neutrals to both lights, they all just tie together.
I mean, my refrigerator.
This is den lights, and that wire goes to the den light itself. That's your switch wire, and that can go to the kitchen lights itself. These two are power.
So these two power go to the light.
Yeah, no,
Or to the switch.
Two switch. One.
Okay.
These are one for each switch.
Okay.
Is that the light
Alright.
switch?
Hot wire goes on the commons on these three-way switches.
Is that the light
Which
switch?
is the brass side.
Well, that's mostly a black screw by itself. Okay. And I'm gonna get my ground on there. Okay. Got power and ground on the two switches right there.
So we got all the plugs and switches in. The plugs are just like the ones I did on the outside. You already saw that. So I didn't do any video on those. Single switches, you just saw that. Those are pretty simple. Now the doubles here, they're basically singles, you know, they go to different stuff. They just come off the same power. So you have power that runs to one, and then it runs just like the single. That one runs just like the single. The only difference is you jump power over from that one to that one, because like I said, power runs from here and power is that one too. Then goes on to the next. On three ways, you kind of get a little more tricky with those. You just saw the video on that. That pretty much explained it. And that switch just runs the same as those over there. You know, they turn off both living room and kitchen lights, and so does these. And I didn't video those because they're wired exactly the same as these. Only difference, you got the tracer wires. And technically that, you know, when you get the four way, it's a little more tricky. And Dad was mentioning you can make one light turn on and off in 20 different places if you want to, but that would be super tricky to get all that ran. But all the plugs and switches are in, and the only other thing we have to do to these, you know, when we put the walling up, pull them back out to cut out the holes for the wall, put them through the holes, and then put them back in. So there's that. But I'm not going to end the video yet. I'm going to get all the ceilings up and get the lights installed first, the can lights. And then maybe mention a couple more points, and then that will pretty much be it. But so far, everything is going good. Well, y'all ready?
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, got a light. And the kitchen. And then right here, this switch, we wired those two. Like that. And the reason we did that is because when those lights are on, I don't want it glaring on the TV. So we did go back and change that wiring so that you could just cut these two off and it would be, you see the TV better. But it's nice and bright in here. So there you go. Gonna add a light over the sink, a light over where my computer desk will be. Not gonna put this one up here over the table. I don't think we're gonna need it. So what we're gonna do is just take this box out. It's just that one right there that goes up, and the wire that comes over to it, probably from this plug. I can't remember which one. I have to go back and look. So then when we jump from it down to over here, whichever we go to, we'll just have to run it straight from there. Either way, we're gonna delete that one. Which we don't have the fan up there. It's not gonna have a light. It's just gonna be one big fan, and that's it. So I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna put that in on the beam video. I'm doing a video for, you know, where we put the beam up and all that. I'm going to, but I'll show you these lights too. Got these lights that work. Those are the flood lights over there. You can see we're gonna have to re-angle them because some of them are hitting from the, where the gutters are in the way. So these door on the front porch here, got these door lights on each side of the door. But we also have these lights here. And I can't remember if I already showed it or not. So that's why I'm throwing it up here. But that's it. Yeah, nice and bright. So all the lights everywhere. Obviously we don't have all of them up yet. But which that's about to be what I work on here. I'm about to cut these lights out in these rooms. Although we do have the closet lights. We have all the closet lights done. The only thing we don't have is the bedrooms and the bathroom. Well, we don't have the two bathrooms and the two bedrooms done. Three bedrooms done. That's it, but I still ain't got the 10 up in there yet. But either way, that's what I'm about to start on now. When you're cutting in the lights also, I'll mention in this 10, what we did was screwed a hole in each side of the, you know, we measured off, marked off where we wanted our light, you know, traced around it with this cardboard piece here because the paper that comes with it sucks. Anyway, traced around it. Drilled a hole in each side, and then took the snips and then cut around it to put them up in there. When it comes to the layout of these, you kind of just got to find, you know, obviously where you want it, and then look up there, and if it's, you know, just ends up being even, which in here, all the spaces in between the ridges ended up being even, so it worked out. But if it's not, and it say it's supposed to land on a ridge, then you kind of just got to pick, you know, one side or the other, which, you know, whichever one be the less noticeable. Or if it lands particular, you know, when it goes this way, if it happens to land on one of your strippings for your screw rows, kind of got to pick one side or the other depending on how close it is, you know what I mean? So if it's like right here, sure, you can bump out a little bit. But anyway, like I said, whichever one's less noticeable. But like some of them will get lucky, like this one just so happened to be, this was dead center and it's in the middle of a ridge. So we're good to go on that. So every light in here is just exactly the same. These can lights, every light in the whole house, except for the vanity lights. And that's gonna be a different video. I'll do that with some of the bathroom stuff. But everything else is the same. You've already seen all the plugs. I mean, the plug covers and all. You know, y'all saw the porch ones. And that's really all that's left is, you know, when we do the walls, pull the plugs out, cut the holes out in the wall, put the plug in, put the cover on, all that. The lights are all the same. So I'm not gonna continue on with that. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video with this, like I said, because they're all the same except the vanity lights. But this video is already like an hour and a half long, so I'm not gonna drag it out. And this is past what even a rough end would be. This is almost completely finished as far as electrical goes. So I'm gonna cut this video right here so I can get it posted up. And if y'all want to see the rest of it, y'all subscribe or, you know, search my channel, whatever, to find it. So hope y'all enjoyed it.